everyone. All right, hey guys. We're separating some seedlings. These are all tomatoes, except for this one is an eggplant. So in this tray, I've been trying this year. I've been trying so hard to jot down notes because I didn't take any notes last year. So this year I'm doing notes. I'm trying to keep notes on how long it takes from putting a seed in the ground to when it germinates in my pots, and then when I can plant it. So it'll give me a time frame of all that stuff. So what I did is on these trays, I put painter's tape and I put the type of tomato that I started and when I started all of them. Because I started all these at the same time. When I water all of these, sometimes, like I said before, they don't all germinate at the same time or as well as others. So this one is, oh gosh, that's hard to pronounce. We won't do that one. White Tomsol or Tomsol? They're a white tomato. All of these germinated because they're like brand new seeds. I just got them this year. This one has one seedling in it, the carbon one. So as they're like growing and everything, like right now is when it's starting to happen. So these will soak up quite a bit more water. So this one will get a lot lighter first when I'm checking to water them, like in the morning when I usually do it. And then this one will still be soaking wet because it's like 3 less plants than this one is. So sometimes when I'm watering them, I'm moving these around and like putting these in a separate tray that's on the seedling tray. And then these ones stay in there and I water them. And then you can imagine after a while, because I got, I think 5 can fit on 1 row of mine. So after a while, I'm sure it gets messed up, and I'm just planning for that to happen. They can get mixed up. So if these are off in another tray and then they're written on the front of this, obviously that's going to get screwed up. So this isn't set in stone, and this isn't like, I'm taking this tape off eventually, and I actually have a calendar that I'm placing them all on, and then I'll write down notes once all of the seedlings starting and germinating and putting into the garden and hardening off and all that stuff is done. Then I will be creating a calendar for my next year on when to start stuff, when it's going to germinate, when it's ready to go into the garden. That's my plan. When things are germinating, they need the soil to stay moist so that they can germinate. It breaks down that shell of the seed to germinate. So next year, I'll know how long it takes some of these to germinate. So I can put those all in one tray, and then I can focus on just keeping those wet rather than having some pop up early or whatnot and over watering a tiny little seedling. I hope that makes sense. Anyways, let's start breaking these up. Okay, so I've changed the camera angle so it's a little easier for you to see what I'm doing. I just don't want you guys to be scared of breaking up your tomato plants, because tomato seedlings and just plants in general are actually really, they're easy to handle. Unlike things like cucumbers, obviously carrots, beets, things like with a taproot, they don't like their roots disturbed. So you're better off to just plant them right into the soil that they're gonna stay in. Some people don't even transplant things like cucumbers and stuff because of that. I do, but I'm just really, really careful with the root ball as a seedling. So anyways, these, totally fine to do that with. Peppers, eggplants, these, tomatoes, you can break apart. A lot of herbs are fine to do that with too. So let's get going. All right, so let's start with these guys because they're the ones that are the most laggy. I don't know why. I don't know if I just planted them a little too shallow or what, but it also looks like I put a lot of different seeds in there, because you can see these ones are taking a really long time to come up. I'm gonna break this all apart and see what these look like, because they might still come up, and I might just leave them either in this pot or I'll put them into a new one. But more than likely, I'm just gonna take those out and chuck them. But let's get started here. I only do one at a time so that I don't mess up the type that I have. So what you wanna do, grab the soil, enter out, and then just ease that soil apart, and you can literally just gently take that guy out. And he's totally fine. They're all totally fine. Look at that long root on that guy. That's good. Okay, so these are the ones that we're not too sure about. So what I might do, see there's still a seed husk on that one. I might take these ones and put them back into this pot. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm just gonna show you. It's so easy to do this. I'll just put my finger right in there. Take these guys, bloop, and they go. So these ones are a little different because they were so small. I'm gonna put them in there, but the other ones, grab a new pot. I bury them, because the thing about a tomato is I could bury that right up to here and it'll send roots all the way off of this whole stem. Roots will come off of this. That's why a tomato stem is all fuzzy, because those are actually little tiny root nodules. So this little tomato seedling, I do the same thing. Just dip, put a hole in there, and then gently toss that down in there. And I go like as deep as I can. Get that guy in there. I can bury him right up to the first leaf, pretty much. I leave a tiny bit of room, because you don't want to get like splashback of dirt on there for whatever reason if I was watering from the top. But that's honestly why I don't water from the top, because tomatoes and stuff are susceptible to disease when they get dirt on their leaves. So I just leave it. But yeah, see how deep I put that in there? And now that'll have a really healthy root system put on there. So I'm gonna stick this in there so I don't forget right now. But I'm gonna get going doing the rest of these, and then I'll talk about it a little bit more once I'm done. Hey guys, editing Tiff here. I just wanted to let you know that the best time to separate your tomato plants or any plant is when the soil is a little bit more dry. When it's wet, it can get kind of messy. They clump together. It's not a good time. So a little bit more dry is good. It makes it a lot easier for you. Okay, so I got all my seeds separated. One thing I just realized is I gotta lower this guy down, so I'll do that while I'm talking to you. But now you can see this date is just on this tray. It needs to be on that one as well. So instead of doing that though, I'm just gonna leave it, and I'm going to put that into the same book that I got up there, or calendar that I got up there. And I'll have all the information I need anyway, so it'll be fine. It just has the variety of tomato and the date that I started it. So the variety of tomato is now written on all of these. So it won't matter that I am separating all of them and doing all that. Anyways, because I'm eventually going to take that tape off and I'm going to stick it onto that calendar, so it doesn't matter. I forgot to lower this one down. See how like kind of laggy that guy is? Laggy just means a really long stem. It's kind of reaching for sunlight. And I I want this one to be really, really strong because it's the only one that I have of the carbon tomato, and it was one of my favorites last year. So I'm gonna make sure that I got that low enough. Look at how good these roots are. You probably can't see it from there, but see this white? That is the root from that seedling. Sometimes they just go crazy, but they're really fine roots too. So I do want to be careful with them, but that's all you can kind of see actually. I wonder if I can just, of course I'm doing this on the one that I really, really want. You can see, oh, I'm gonna get closer. See all those roots? So you can kind of see this is the stem that goes all the way down and then the roots coming off of it. So that'll happen on that whole stem. It'll have a really good root system. Cool. That's it. That's all. So I got them all in there. Oh, look how cute they are now. I got my tomatoes and my peppers. These are all herbs and stuff. We'll have a different video on that because I feel like I need to explain myself a little bit on why I have herbs started so early, but that'll be another video. I don't have a fence around my garden, so, and I live out in the country. Deer is a thing. Cool. So that's the first video. I feel like I got a lot covered. I don't know yet. So this is my first time doing YouTube videos, obviously. You're probably seeing that because there's only like 2 videos probably on my thing, but. So I did my sweet potatoes today and I separated my tomato seedlings. I hope you guys are having the best day. I hope you're getting your hands dirty. And if you're not, I hope you will be soon. I feel like it's my mission to make you love gardening, and maybe as much as I do. And if it's not as much as I do, then hopefully it's just helpful. And I will talk to you soon in a new video. This is the thing that we're doing now. I don't even know what I'm calling my gardening channel yet. This is the first vid. So, sorry, I'm not used to this. So, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.